What's going on, world? It's your man Pat Caesar LLC, mobile mechanic and roadside services. I was supposed to be done turning wrenches. The more I say I'm done, the more people call me. I don't get it. But either way, this is a family friend's car, man, and I didn't want to take it on. 2016 Audi A6, beautiful car, beautiful car. But it had a leak. And so that led me to do the water pump. Yeah, I'm looking at this on camera and you can tell how much of a cluster it is. You know, so either way, it's been a headache, but I figured I would give a quick lesson on how to make these water pumps come out. Since I already got it already disassembled, it's been about 4 days now. I was waiting for the parts. And if you didn't see it in the last video, this is where I shouted out Audi for not giving me the torque specs, which I am actually about to go look up on all data. But for this water pump and this whole housing assembly with this box of parts, so this is the water pump, this is the thermostat housing, I'm sorry, thermostat housing, water pump, and coolant and gaskets. Damn, don't tell me he forgot my oh no, I might have done forgot a part. So that's not good. Oh, that's definitely not good. But we'll get into the rest of this, and I'm gonna show y'all this, and we'll get into it right after the intro. I drove 2 hours to go pick this up, and I was so upset that I made a video outside of the dealership, and I just realized that I have paid for it, but they did not give me, oh Jesus Christ, man, that's about to hold me up. They did not give me the most important part to this whole thing, which is this union. They're known to leak. This sits inside of the oil cooler or tranny cooler. Yeah, it's an oil cooler, actually. I gotta look it up, but it sits inside of there. They did not give it to me. I paid for it and it is not there, and I didn't even think to look. Damn, I can kick myself. I thought everything was there. So well, that's kind of a bummer. And that sucks. Like, that sucks. I really literally drove 2 hours just to go get that. So well, I guess I'll just finish the rest of the video and show y'all this. I ain't gonna put it back together now that I see that. And there, today is Sunday. Pretty sure they're closed today. Pretty sure. It is 7:30 in the morning. I'll edit all. I'll get past this. Either way, let's look at this thing. So what you got is your thermostat housing sits here. This is your intake manifold. To get to the thermostat housing, first, and I'm just going over it kind of as a general overview of how you would do this. Your intake, which faces this down like that, there's a bracket that is held on by, I believe, a 13mm nut, and then there's a stud. Oh, that stud, I'm sorry. Then there's a nut that goes, or a bolt that goes right here. Damn, it's kind of hard to see. You will take those off, and really it's not as hard, it's just time consuming. That comes off, and then there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 intake bolts, and I believe I use a Torx 30 Torx bit to get those off with various extensions. Of course, you have various hoses, and damn, I forgot that other hose. Jeez, man, I should have went to the same dealership. I forgot. They actually charged me for a lot more than they gave me. And that's my fault, because I was there in the parking lot so mad I didn't even check. Either way, you would take off those various hoses. I left a couple of them connected so I can remember which one was which. Then this is a wire loom that gets disconnected here. that's under the intake. I was having trouble getting the intake up and out because one of these nylon lines, which actually broke because I didn't take it off from the other side. It broke right there. But take those off. I would recommend taking this one off from the other side and then pulling the whole line out. Like I say, you have your various, I think it was a T30. I had to go and look, and maybe I'm saying it too, maybe that's too big of a number. Hold on, what's this one? This is a T20. T20, I'm sorry. Torx bit. Once that's off, then you remove the intake intercooler pipe, and then you start to drain the water now, or the antifreeze. Now I should have drained it by the radiator, but I did not. I completely missed that step, and I went and did it here instead, which kind of made a mess. So you might want to have an air chuck available if you have coolant in the system. But take off those hoses, which are just those weird clamps that, you know, push up and out. Pull that off, drain it out. As far as the water pump is actually the thermostat housing is probably the hardest part, because when it's on the engine, just put it over here like this, it would literally sit like that, right? And these screws do not come off. The hardest one that I had to get to was this one on the bottom, but I believe that was a 20 as well, or I think those other ones are 30. I kept everything here, but I had to use a 1/4 inch with extensions to be able to access these down here. Once those are out, the next thing is I removed, I guess I didn't really have to, but you have to remove, there's a housing, this housing houses the belt to the water pump. And you have to, what I kept getting caught up on, you have to take 3 of those off for when the water pump's on. You're gonna see the sprocket that belt down there hooks to, and you wanna, it's torqued down, so you want to make sure you get the right torque. This is what I was asking the guy about, was torque spec for those. And once you get those out, and that you can actually access that when the water pump, because the sprocket don't come out to like right here. But once you get those, that cover off, then you're just gonna wiggle the belt off from the crank. These hoses disconnected, this hose is disconnected, this hose is disconnected. You disconnect this electrical connector, and then you're not gonna be able to just pull it out. You're gonna have to finesse it, because I pulled it this way, but I had to pull it to the left. Henceforth, why I disconnected that crank signal down there, because I had to kind of like do like this to get it out because of that union portion. And then that's it. Then it's really just reverse back in. Like I say, I had to reverse it back in, but now I could shoot myself in the foot. I shot myself in the foot, because instead of, my wife is gonna kill me too. She's gonna be pissed, because instead of, she always tells me to check the packages, see what you got. And I was so ready to make a video that I completely forgot to. And now I'm gonna have to make another 4-hour round trip to go back to the nearest Audi dealer to get that piece. Now, unless I can find it at a parts store or something, which I doubt, that's what's gonna have to happen. But the problem is they already charged me for it. So, and this is the water pump itself. So this how it looks. There was no silicone that was applied to the last one. Actually, I kept it on there. I'm gonna apply just a small amount of silicone around it, make sure it mates and holds in there pretty sturdy. I have to wait, because I'm still waiting to get the torque specs. And yeah, and of course you want to use your authentic Audi fluid. You know, I am big on using manufactured parts, in general, because I don't like there to be any room for error, especially when dealing with a high-end car. It's not my typical thing that I work on. Like I say, it wasn't actually supposed to be worked on, and well, here I am. So now I'm about to pray that the dealership is open, because I can't put it back together without that union. I could, I refuse to. I'm not gonna put it back together without making sure everything is replaced, because this is the old water pump. Like I say, it sits right in here, and I don't know exactly where this thing was leaking from. I just know that the housing somewhere around it was leaking, and after talking to a couple service techs, buddies that have access and do these a lot, they're like, listen man, just we replace it all. From, you know, the cooler, the oil cooler over, everything gets replaced. So that's what I did, and I just realized they shorted me a couple parts and charged me for it. So make sure you don't do that. Make sure you don't do that, especially when the nearest dealership is like, you know, 110 miles away. And yeah man, make it happen. Go ahead and do it. So like, share, subscribe. Hope this video was a little bit more informative, that you can kind of see it outside of the box. Another thing I would recommend is having the part already available, and that will save you a lot of headache, because then you're able to look exactly how and where the bolts are, because a lot of it is literally by feeling where things are at. And then if you got a mirror, these things are a godsend, because what I couldn't feel, I had to see, and when I couldn't see, I had to feel. It's been fun. You know, not like my favorite job, but it ain't the worst either, I guess. So yeah, I'm gonna go and kick myself for making a trip without verifying that I had everything. Pat. Like, share, subscribe. Thank y'all for tuning in. Any questions, please leave them down in the comment sections below. And until next time, mi gente, be pro mundo beneficio siempre. Peace.